Have you ever thought about how life might be with AIDS? It's a sobering question, isn't it? A reality that many people around the globe face each day. AIDS is a life-altering condition, not a life-ending one. It's something that can affect anyone, and it's something we should all understand. It's about learning to navigate a new normal, about resilience, and about hope. And remember, knowledge is power. Understanding AIDS is the first step to living with it. AIDS, or acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, is a chronic, life-threatening condition caused by the human immunodeficiency virus, or HIV. This virus is a formidable enemy, attacking the cells that help the body fight off infections and diseases. Left unchecked, it can weaken the immune system to the point where it can no longer fend off even the simplest of illnesses. This stage is what we call AIDS. Now let's talk about how this virus spreads. HIV isn't airborne or waterborne. It's transmitted through certain body fluids from a person who has the virus. These fluids include blood, semen, vaginal and rectal fluids, and breast milk. One of the most common ways HIV is transmitted is through unprotected sex, be it vaginal or anal. The virus can also spread by sharing needles, syringes, rinse water, or other equipment used to prepare drugs for injection. And yes, a mother with HIV can pass the virus to her child during pregnancy, childbirth, or breastfeeding. It's important to understand that HIV is not transmitted through casual contact. You won't get it from sharing a meal, a hug, a handshake, or a toilet seat. It's not about who you are, where you live, or who you love. Knowing how AIDS is contracted is crucial to its prevention. Knowledge, after all, is the first step towards action, and in this case, a step towards protecting ourselves and those we care about. There's no cure for AIDS, but that doesn't mean it's unstoppable. Indeed, prevention is the most effective strategy we have against AIDS, a disease that doesn't discriminate, affecting millions of people all over the world. Let's explore some of the ways we can protect ourselves and the people we care about. Firstly, practicing safe sex is crucial. This includes using condoms correctly every time, limiting the number of sexual partners, and getting tested regularly for HIV and other sexually transmitted infections. Remember, knowledge is power, and knowing your status allows you to take control of your health. Secondly, if you're a drug user, always use clean needles. Sharing needles can easily spread HIV. Many communities offer needle exchange programs where you can get new needles for free, no questions asked. This simple act can greatly reduce your risk. Now, let's talk about two powerful tools in HIV prevention: pre-exposure prophylaxis, or PrEP, and post-exposure prophylaxis, or PEP. PrEP is a daily medication for people who are at high risk of getting HIV. It can reduce the risk of infection by up to 90% when taken consistently and correctly. PEP, on the other hand, is an emergency medication taken after potential exposure to HIV. However, it must be started within 72 hours of exposure to be effective. Prevention isn't just about protecting yourself. If you're living with HIV, taking antiretroviral therapy as prescribed can keep your viral load low or even undetectable, reducing the risk of transmission to others. This is what we call treatment as prevention. It's important to remember that these strategies are not guarantees but layers of protection. The more layers you have, the less likely you are to contract or transmit HIV. So let's choose prevention. Let's choose knowledge, awareness, and responsibility. Because when it comes to AIDS, we're all in this together. Prevention isn't just about protecting yourself, it's about safeguarding those around you as well. Life with AIDS can be challenging, but it's not impossible. Living with this condition isn't about bracing for an end, it's about embracing a new beginning. It's about understanding that while AIDS changes your life, it doesn't have to define it. One way to manage this condition is with antiretroviral therapy, or ART. This is a cocktail of medicines that slows the progression of the disease. ART doesn't cure AIDS, but it can keep the virus under control and prolong life significantly. It's about harnessing the power of modern medicine to reclaim control over your health. But physical health is just one part of the equation. To truly live with AIDS, we must also prioritize mental health. It's natural to feel a range of emotions: fear, anger, sadness. But these feelings don't have to consume you. Seek out the support of professional counselors who specialize in chronic illnesses. They can provide coping mechanisms to help navigate through these complex emotions. Self-care is another vital component. This isn't just about taking your medication on time. It's about feeding your body with nutritious food, keeping it active with regular exercise, and resting it with ample sleep. It's about nurturing your spirit through meditation, hobbies, or anything that brings you joy. Lastly, remember that you're not alone. Reach out to loved ones for support. There are also numerous support groups and communities of people who are experiencing the same journey. They can offer understanding, advice, and a sense of belonging. Living with AIDS is a journey, a path that might be steep at times, but one that can also lead to unexpected vistas of inner strength and resilience. It's about learning to adapt, to fight, and to live fully despite the challenges. In this journey, remember that every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory. Every day lived with purpose and joy is a testament to your strength and resilience. AIDS changes your life, but it doesn't define it. In the face of adversity, remember that you are more than your condition. You are a fighter, a survivor, and above all, a beacon of hope. AIDS might slow you down, but it doesn't have to stop you. There are countless stories of individuals who, despite living with AIDS, have chosen to live their lives to the fullest. They've triumphed over adversity, managed their health with diligence, and maintained meaningful relationships. They're sources of hope and inspiration, and they're proof that a diagnosis isn't the end of the world. Take the case of John, for instance. After his diagnosis, he decided to focus on what he loves most: painting. He's now a renowned artist, with his works exhibited in galleries across the nation. His AIDS diagnosis didn't define him. Instead, it fueled his passion and creativity. Then there's Lisa, a single mother who, despite her diagnosis, has raised 2 beautiful children. She teaches them the value of resilience and compassion, always emphasizing that her condition is just one part of who she is, not the whole. She is a mother, a friend, a mentor, and so much more. And let's not forget about Michael, a successful entrepreneur who didn't let his AIDS diagnosis interfere with his dreams. He continues to run his business, creating jobs and opportunities for others, while managing his health and staying active in his community. He's a testament to the fact that with the right care and mindset, you can still chase your dreams and often achieve them. These stories are not exceptions. They're examples of what's possible. They're reminders that you can still pursue your passions, maintain your relationships, and live a fulfilling life, even with an AIDS diagnosis. It's about managing your health, taking the right steps, and maintaining a positive outlook. This isn't to downplay the challenges of living with AIDS. It's a serious condition that requires careful management. But it's also not a life sentence. With the right care, support, and attitude, you can continue to lead a fulfilling life. So if you're living with AIDS, remember these stories. Draw strength from them. Let them remind you that you're not alone, and that you can still live a meaningful life. Remember, you're more than your diagnosis. Knowledge is power, and sharing it can save lives. We've spent the last few minutes discussing a reality that affects millions worldwide: living with AIDS. We've touched on the stark truths, the preventions, and the life that continues after a diagnosis. But the conversation doesn't stop here, friends. It's a conversation that needs to be had in every corner of the world, because understanding, compassion, and action can change the course of this disease. Now, it's your turn to join in. We've shared the knowledge, and now we invite you to share it further. Think of someone you know who might benefit from this information. It could be a friend, a family member, a colleague, or even a stranger. Share this video with them. It's as simple as a click, but it could make a world of difference. While you're at it, why not hit that like button? It helps this video reach more people, and it tells us that you're standing with us in this fight. It's a small action, but it sends a big message. And if you want to continue learning and growing with us, go ahead and subscribe to our channel. We're dedicated to bringing you more content that enlightens, empowers, and inspires. We also want to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share your thoughts, your experiences, or your hopes. Your voice matters, and your story can inspire others just as much as this video might have inspired you. Remember, you're not just a viewer, you're part of a community. And in this community, we stand together, we learn together, we share, we support, and we grow together. Because in the face of challenges, it's unity and understanding that help us rise. Thank you for watching. Remember, your life is worth living, and you're not alone in this journey.